This video is brought to you by Smugglers Run Gaming, growing and organizing competitive gaming communities. Check them out at facebook.com at Smugglers Run Gaming. Hello everyone and welcome to Dice Commando, coming to you from Standard Tournament at Monday Night Dice. On our left we have Derek, he's playing Jabba, DJ, and he's on Mean Streets. On our right we have Mike. He's playing the single die Aphra, single die Watt, single die Messenger, and the Grand Design Plot. He's on Theed Palace. So, alright, so not surprisingly, Derek will win the roll-off with his 4 dice, so he will want to play on Mean Streets for sure. So 1 shield goes on Watt, and it looks like 1 onto Aphra. And then Derek will get us started, taking his 2 resources. Alright, Derek will get us started here. Alright, opens up with a Streetwise, no surprise there, good option. Alright, there's a power action for Watt. Drop a 000, paying 1 for it because he's also has Aphra, and then he's going to exhaust Grand Design to draw a card because he spots a red character and played an upgrade. Back to, and then, and then 000 rolls in. With the 2 melee, not bad, Mike. Alright, back to Derek here. Derek's going to roll in Jabba. So remember, when Jabba rolls in, Derek gets to look at the top 4 cards of his deck and pull a bounty or yellow event. The rest then go on the bottom of his deck in any order. Shouldn't have any shortage of yellow events, I would assume, in this deck. Alright, so he pulls an Electroshock, and then the other 3 he does not have to show, and they will go back on his deck in any order, or actually the order of his choice. Alright, clean up the dice, and then Mike will go. Yep, 2 immediately into DJ. Excellent choice, because 000 can come back in again, because remember Watt's power action lets you roll in without exhausting that support. Alright, DJ coming in. We see a 2 gun, and it looks like a 1 disrupt there. Mike's got to spend his dollar here, because that disrupt's not a bad option for Derek. So he's going to motive the DJ 2 gun, 4 guns, I would assume. Oop, it's off the die, it's off the table, that's a win. Nope, so there's a blank, so it'll certainly stand, because I highly doubt he called blank. So there we go, stays in. Alright, so Derek drops a crosshairs to re-roll. Is he going to he's going to leave the, nope. I was wondering if he was going to leave the disrupt and or the 2 money, but he picks them all up and he re-rolls them all. Blank, a blank, he gets his disrupt back. And then he does have a 2 focus though, so that looks like a bad roll, but it's okay. Oh, but there's a by any means, that focus is gone. And then Mike will take an indirect, and then as per 000 will deal an indirect. So it looks like Mike has not dealt an indirect yet. Yep, so there was a 1 indirect ping missed there. Mike did take his indirect, but he did not deal it to Derek because he was drawing the card as per Aphra's ability. Alright, so there's truce. Both players gain $1 with ambush, and then he will disrupt it with DJ. So net gain of 1 for Derek, and it goes back to Mike. Alright, Aphra comes in with a blank. Derek's pitching to re-roll here, I assume. Alright, okay, pays 1 for hired muscle. So he must be running the scoundrel package here. Which would make sense, because they're both scoundrels. Both of his characters are scoundrels. All right, Watt comes in, gets the 2 focus. That's money. Oh, but there's a shock for 1 and then 1 indirect, which Mike will take on Aphra. Now, do note that that exhaust is streetwise, so it did not cost him the $1. All right, here comes a Sentinel. Now, Mike, oh, maybe not. All right, 000 first. 000 comes in with a money. Hired Muscle comes in. That is the 2 shield for 1. Now, do remember all of Hired Muscle sides have a pay, but Mike immediately resolves the $1. Smart move. Back to Derek. So Derek is going to pass. It'll go back to Mike. All right, here comes the Sentinel. So Mike will look at the top card of his deck. He can choose to play it if he wants. I don't know why that $1 got flipped, but now he's going to pay it for a bubble shield. That's pretty big for Mike. It's more than pretty big for Mike. That's probably game winning for Mike right there, actually. All right, so there's a claim on Mean Streets, and he's going to place $1 on it. 1 token on it, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But he does not play an event, so interesting. What's Derek got up? He must have an entourage in his hand. All right, so Mike will of course focus then. Deals a 2 indirect. Let's see how Derek places it. So getting a look at Mike's hand, he does have a dangerous maneuver in there, which he'll wait to play till next round. But I don't know, looking at the field right now, I think it's pretty clear Mike's got this. But you never know, it is destiny. Alright, so Derek will lead us off. He does have $3. Kind of the problem is if he does have entourage and play it, then he's out of money. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. All right, there's 1, 2, 3. Yep, that was the play. So he has the entourage. So now he'll tutor, search his deck for another scoundrel, see what he chooses. All right, pulls the other entourage. He's counting on getting some Jabba money. So do note that Mean Streets is when he claims he can place a resource on it if he spots a scoundrel, and then he can play an event, and then even if he can't spot a scoundrel, he can still play an event, reducing his cost for the resources on it. And then with the Streetwise, he can effectively even claim right now, for example, if he wanted to, and play a 2-cost event. So he has a lot of options in front of him. All right, so 000 is coming in on Mike's side. Gets a 1 money again. I'm sure Mike will take that. All right, there's entourage. So do keep in mind there are 4 scoundrels on the table. Oh, and he just rolled into the special. Mike has to remove that. Although the Aphra deck may not be able to remove that as easily, because it usually plays by any means and crash landing. All right, fair enough. So there's a motive. He'll call indirect because there's 2 indirect sides on it. Gets it. Good call by Mike. And so Jabba will come in with a disrupt and a blank. He'll look at the top 4, pull a yellow event and or bounty, most like yellow event, of course, and place the others on the bottom of his deck. All right, risky move. He pulls, so that's a 1 cost, so he can still play that with Streetwise. But I think it's pretty safe to say Derek's in trouble here with a money standpoint. He's counting on removal, but he's not getting his removal, or he's not going to be able to pay for it. So, and we do in fact, so I was speaking of crash landing, we do in fact see that in Mike's hand. All right, so Watt's going to come in and roll a 1 money as well. All right, here comes DJ. The disrupt and a blank. Derek is not rolling well here. Derek does have 6 cards in hands with which to reroll though, so rerolls are coming. Mike just going to take him. He's going to take 1, putting himself at 3. It's not common to see the Aphra deck in the money lead, but here we are. Alright, back to Derek here. Pitching to reroll for sure. I'm thinking he rolls out the hired muscle first, even though he can't pay for it. He's reaching for cards in his hand, so I think he's just going to pitch to reroll. Alright, yep, so he's doing pitching to reroll. I can't quite see, it does look like it was an improvised defense, but alright, so there's a 2 focus, so not a bad deal. Yep, so there's by any means for 1, which will remove the 2 focus. Deal an indirect to himself. Okay, so yeah, he's choosing to put on Aphra. The reason he's putting on Aphra is because he has a dangerous maneuver in his hand. So that was intentional. That was not a miss. That was a great play. All right, so 1 goes on to Jabba for the 000. All right, now here comes the hired muscle. Gets a, that's 3 indirect for 1. Okay, back to Mike here. Does he just dangerous maneuver here? I don't see why not. Okay, so dangerous maneuver, so he's going to heal 2, and then deal himself 2 indirect, which will then go on the bubble shield, and then 1 gets dealt to Derek, as per 000. Derek puts the other onto Jabba. Of course, he has to keep DJ alive. No surprise there. Okay, there's a pitch to reroll. Does leave the 3 for 1 indirect on the hired muscle. There's a 2 gun, a disrupt, and a 2 focus. Not ideal. There's a crash landing on the 2, so Mike will take 2 indirect. He'll put 1 on the bubble shield, take 1 on the Watt shield, and then he'll deal 1 via 000, which goes on to Jabba. Back to Derek here. So just a reminder, Derek still has the ability to play a 2, up to a 2 cost event for removal. But Mike's slow playing this, as he well should, to try and keep mass dice out of the pool. Alright, so there's a 2 focus to, does he go to the money? Yep, and then you just he'll flip to the 3, because you may, as if you're going for 3, you may as well make it direct. It's a good call. Okay, so there's a probe, which will certainly hit. Right, we know Derek's going to be event heavy here. So Mike will get to choose 2 random cards and discard all that are events. And actually, there is another hired muscle there. So he gets the by any means. That goes away. But he does have another hired muscle in hand. And it looks like Derek's deck is just failing to launch here. Alright, so 1 for the DJ resolution. Back to Mike. Mike takes his own dollar. So he clearly didn't have any upgrades this turn. But Mike's in pretty good shape here. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3 into Watt, which is the right first target, the correct first target, I should say. Alright, he did get upgrade, so there's power action on Watt, so he's dropping something. Oh, for the droid tank, that's what he needed, was the extra dollar. So that comes in and deals an indirect. So he gets to draw a card as per grand design, and then he still needs to deal the indirect for the Hailfire coming in. And then the Hailfire activates and rolls a 2. So it looks like we're missing, so it looks like we remember to activate the droid, but not the indirect. So it looks like we missed a ping there. About time for Derek to just claim here and use his mean streets. Yep, so he'll mean streets, risky move, deal 1 indirect to Mike. Deal 1 indirect to Mike. Alright, so each one of these guys have missed an indirect. But the Hailfire came in with a shield. And then Messenger came in with a focus, and he'll get to look. He'll decide likely not to play, because it won't change game state. Unless it's some sort of flip card, but... Oh, it's a respite. Interesting. So he gains a money. No, interesting. Money and a draw. Fair enough. And then he'll have that focus to be able to go to the 3 indirect. Yep, so that's exactly what he did. It was a 3 indirect, so he'll deal the 3 indirect. So just tracking, so that's 2 pings missed on Mike's side, and then 1 ping missed on Derek's side. Okay, so Derek put it all on the Jabba. Alright, so Pod Racer comes in for 1. Now that has, not that it matters because we've claimed out, there's ambush. Alright, so there we got the 1 indirect for playing it with the vehicle. With the Hailfire. Alright, and then there's an indirect. Alright, puts it on DJ. Alright, and then well connected to gain $1, spotting yellow character. Derek gets to draw, and then we'll go into the next round. Yeah, so this game is pretty much over. However, Derek didn't really do any removal last turn, so if he can get his removal engine going, let's see what happens. Yeah, so starting with Jabba seems wise just to get some extra events in his hand. There's a +2 and a +2. That's what he's doing right now, is looking at the top 4, get to pull a yellow event. Alright, shakedown he takes, okay. Alright, they're talking about, so what shakedown does is that if you have a disrupt in play, or a disrupt in your pool, you can remove a die of 2 or less. That would have worked for him much earlier in the game. Alright, so there's a power action Watt. Alright, there's BT. Alright, and that'll cost Mike 1. So BT can immediately, well, he won't immediately activate for the Hailfire because he's actually power actioning with Watt. So it comes in with the indirect. Feels bad to remove a 1 indirect, but that is kind of what Derek's deck's supposed to do here, so. Alright, Entourage coming in. Alright, there's the Disrupt, which does turn on the Shakedown. Alright, there's a Forsaken, it's gone. Nicely played, Mike. Alright, DJ coming in. With a money. Oh, that's huge. That's super huge. Mike's got to get rid of that money, if he can. Alright, 1 indirect, probably goes on Jabba here. Nope, puts it on DJ. Alright, Derek will take his 5. 1, 2. Okay, now we do know he has another Entourage in his hand, so that's certainly coming in. Alright, BT, and then 2, so 1, 1 to 1 and 1 to Derek, and then 1 to Mike, who puts it on Aphra, and then we'll draw a card. And that did roll the 3 for 1, so Jabba's a dead man. So actually, with that showing, I'm surprised that it didn't all go into Jabba at the indirect, I mean. Of course, I should take that back, because Derek's certainly going to remove, right? That's what his deck does, so. Alright, so he entangles just that die, dealing 1 indirect. Goes on Aphra. So it does look like the engine's moving here, but I think it's a little too late for Derek. Okay, Mike's action here. There was just a little bit of discussion on the BT, but it's correct board state. All right, Sentinel comes in with a 1 focus, and then Mike will look at the top card of his deck. He'll play Dangerous Maneuver, which will allow him to heal. Okay, so he healed 2, dealt 1 to the messenger, and then 1 to Aphra. Okay, and then he'll deal 1 to Derek as per 000, which goes on to DJ. DJ's now at 7 with 4 health remaining. All right, there's another Entourage for 3. We knew he was packing that. Back to Mike. Right, Mike will spend 2. Oh, game over. Climate Disruption Array. Mike will exhaust Grand Design to draw, spotting a red character Watt. So now Mike can deal 3 to Derek and take 2 himself. Alright, there's the Entourage coming in. Gets indirect. Oh, and there's another Bubble Shield. Nail in the coffin. Alright, so let's do the count. So we're at 9 on Jabba. So Jabba only has 1 left, and DJ only has 4 left. So 5 damage needs done. Alright, Hired Muscle comes in. But again, all Mike needs are 2 Climate Disruption Arrays, but he's got a whole bunch of stuff to bring in as well. Alright, Pod Racer will come in. That is the shield. Now there's a 2 indirect side on that, and he does have a focus in play. Okay, so 5 indirect. 1, 2 onto Aphra. Then with the Bubble Shield, of course. Alright, there's the focus. That'll go to the 2 indirect, I would assume. That is correct. That'll get removed, I'm sure. Mike's just trying to fish out. Yep, there's a shock. Deals 1 indirect, which will go on the Sentinel. Back to Mike here. He's got to roll in 000 eventually. And then, of course, that big old droid tank. Oh, is he just going to Disruption Ray? Alright, so he'll deal 2 and 1 to Derek. 2 from the Disruption away, and he actually deals 2 to himself first, but he'll deal 2 to Derek, so he takes his 2 on Watt, draws a card as per Aphra, and then Derek needs to deal 3. Alright, so put it all on DJ, so 1 apiece, so a 2 indirect wins the game right now. I should say a 2 indirect dealt. Oh, there's a probe. Alright, gets 1 of them. Hired Muscle again that we've already seen, but gets rid of the Subdue. Back to Derek. Now Derek can claim and play a 2-cost event, but I don't know that's going to do him much good. Alright, so the Fickles comes in with a 3 for 1, which he cannot pay for. Alright, here comes the droid tank with a 3 for 1. Mike cannot pay for that. Alright, pitch to re-roll. Alright, there's some guns. Alright, Watt with a 1 money. There he can pay for it. So Derek will have to shoot and then claim, and then again it's over because of climate. So may as well try to put somebody down. Go after Aphra. Nope, so we'll go 4 to the messenger, putting the messenger at 6 with 2 health remaining. So Mike will claim, and then that's it, because all Mike has to do is just climb it. So so he actually claims just a respite on Aphra, using the Mean Streets claim. Alright, so, yep, climb it. Yep. Alright, nicely done, Mike. If you like what we're doing here on the Dice Commando channel, please show your support with a like and a subscribe. Please remember to keep all comments civil and constructive, and to help us continue to grow this amazing community. Thank you for watching Dice Commando.